Hey, we're going to bring to you today a gozleme with a bit of a twist. I don't know if people have tried these before, these Malaysian rotis from the supermarket. They come like this, these are frozen, and you cook them, and we're going to obviously show you how to cook them, and they puff up and they brown up and they're beautiful. And we're going to fill that in with, we're going to do a lamb and spinach and feta, and then we'll do a spinach and feta, coriander, a bit of chilli, a bit of onion, a bit of garlic, a bit of egg to kind of mix it all up. And so I've got the, I might get you film crew just to pop around here. I've got a couple of things in going at once. So that's some of that lovely lamb. So we want to cook that lamb a little bit. Now I didn't put oil in. I know some people might oil it up. I don't, because you don't want to make it too oily. And you don't want to make them too runny because we're going to be layering on top of each other thin gozleme with lots of flavour. So just while that's on, I'm going to do a little bit of that garlic, and the rest I'll do, because I'm going to do a vegetarian version, and I'll do a one with the lamb. Okay, so a little bit of garlic in there. Just get that cooking. Now while that's cooking, now what I've got there as well, I've just got some foil, so when we start cooking the kind of the rotis, because you could actually make this from scratch. You could actually do a, cook the little flour things yourself. It can take a lot of time, right? So who's got that much time at the moment? Not me. Maybe you have, but you could do that. You could even do just like little, other kind of little roti breads, whatever you want to use. Just have that kind of top and bottom scenario going. Okay, that's warming up. I'm just going to bring these over and show you how these look. So they're defrosted a little bit. These are great because they've got those individual plastics to stops it all sticking. As I said, that they're a bit sticky. But keeping that on pretty high. And we're going to cook them, keep them in the heat, and then I'm going to bring the mixture in, put them in together, and then top and tail them. I'm going to put a little bit of coriander with that as well. So we've got coriander, lamb, garlic, and some of that onion. Don't overdo the onion, and keep it quite small, chopped up, finely chopped up. Let that go. Beautiful. Bit of salt, bit of pepper. Now with the vegetarian one, I'm going to mix the spinach and feta, and I've got a little bit of what have I got there? The smooth ricotta as well. You don't have to use that. We don't have to use all those combos, but just some ideas to kind of mix it up. Now, I have got. So this is the longest part of the process, cooking these. So they do take a little bit. Make sure that's on fairly high. You want to preheat that, of course. This is not far off in terms of being cooked. And once that's done, I might just put the spinach in with that. Okay, so I'm going to mix the spinach in with the lamb, sorry. And that's just frozen spinach that's been defrosted. You could use fresh spinach, however you want to do it. I find this a little bit easy because you know what portions you've got. And just let that heat up. Now, keep checking on these. You can see that's starting to bubble up. Yeah, I love that. Look at that, that's beautiful. And that'll cook both sides. Get that going, and then we'll cook a couple of those, and I'll show you what those look like. Now, on second thoughts, I'm thinking I'm actually going to chop up a little bit of capsicum to put in there. Okay, so we might come back. I'll chop that up and put that in, and show you some of those being cooked. Okay, I said I cut up some capsicum, just to kind of give it that beautiful colour as well. We can leave that for the rest. Now, what I've done is I've taken the mixture out, because what tends to happen is when you use this, the frozen spinach, there's a lot of liquid, and you don't want too much liquid in there because it's not a soup, right? It's mixture that fits within the two, the top and bottom roti. So just back to the rotis. That's why we have that. Keep them hot, keep them warm. Keep these going. I said these take a little while to do. They are better done frozen because they're not as sticky, but that's still alright. Ripper. Now, what I might get you to do is just swing around here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crumble just one egg, so the egg helps bind it all together. So this is the vegetarian one, we've got the other one going on there. So just one egg, we'll see how we go. In the spinach, a little bit of salt. There's our coriander. Okay. Fun fact, you can use the stalks of coriander. Unlike parsleys, coriander is great. Now, just a little squeeze of lemon as well. What about pepper? A little bit of pepper. Making sure we're keeping our eye on everything else going on. There's the garlic I said we were going to use. Just a couple of cloves, I guess that is, of that minced garlic. Now, just a little lug of the smooth ricotta. A lug and a half. And then you want to just, literally, with the other one, we'll kind of go about half or so. This is that Greek feta that you could use an Australian feta or whatever kind of feta you like. Just, you want it to crumble, okay? So I sometimes just cut it up small because sometimes it's a bit hard. And remember, I've done a beautiful feta with just a break bit like that in the air dry. Remember those with sesame seeds, and love feta. Such a beautiful cheese. So just chopping that up, crumbling that up. This is kind of going to melt a little bit anyway once you get into those little gozleme things. So coming back here, making sure this is all okay. Got our lamb back in there with the capsicum. Just giving that a bit of a once over. Again, we're going to add feta to this mix as well. Checking out. So good. Ripper. That's kind of, we don't need to have that on anymore. Now let's get to back here. This mixture into there. This is the vegetarian one. Lovely. And mixing that through, right? Now, what I'm going to do is once these are done, once those little rotties are done, we'll put them back on and load them up. And this will start to cook anyway, so people think, what about that raw egg? It'll start to cook when you get that heat on it. One raw egg's all right. So just mixing that up. That is your vegetarian gozleme mix. Ripper. All right, coming back, making sure we've got this going okay. You can see those are puffing up. That is awesome. So we'll keep cooking these, and I'll come back and load these up when we're done. Okay, so I've just put that feta in, and this is just that second lug of smooth ricotta. You don't have to use ricotta. Some people would just go with the feta, but look, I had some left over. Perfect. It would make sense to use it in this kind of dish. So that's off. I'm just going to fold that in. That's not cooking anymore. That's just staying warm. Colours of Italy. I know this is not an Italian dish. This is in fact a Turkish dish, but not far off the neighbour of the Italians. And we're going to serve this with, I don't know if you saw before, we're going to serve this with just a kind of a cucumber and tomato and lettuce on the side. You could do a tabbouleh, or wheat hearts or something in that tabbouleh. See how that puffs up? These are great. Look at that. Oh, can you hear it? So good. All right, let's keep cooking these and we'll come back. Those cooked, the little rotties. I've got one more going in there, just kind of speed the process up. And what we want to do is, don't overdo it. You just want to put one sort of spoonful in there, and then just pat it round, give it that kind of all the way to the edge, if you can. Now they're usually pockets, and of course, what we're doing with the gozleme is we're going to do one on top of the other. Okay, and just let that cook for a while. Now the reason I've got this one going here, because sometimes it can help with the cooking on top. Sometimes I put a lid on that. I might actually have another lid that I can put on that, just to kind of help the process speed up a little bit, because you want it to heat up a little bit. So let's just do that. Okay, beautiful. Now just checking this one. Yeah, that one's ready. So I might get some the lamb in here. Okay, same sort of process. Just a spoonful in there. Pat it round. If you've only got the 1 pan, that's okay. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Now they won't take long from here. Okay, so be prepared. We've got these still heated up, which absolutely helps the process. Again, just putting the lid on, checking that. That won't take long. You don't want to overcook them because you don't want to burn them at the bottom. So that's the process. We've got the vegetarian ones, we've got the lamb ones with some capsicum, all the kind of fillings. We'll plate them up with that salad and we'll see you soon.